All right, next up, we have 9-year-old Callum. How are you doing, Callum? Are you taking a little break from your schoolwork today for us?
I just finished mine.
Oh, you're all finished. All right, so you have plenty of time. You can hang out with us. That's good. Have you been worried at all about coronavirus?
Sort of.
What's your question for Dr. Chan?
When can we go back to school?
Yeah, so how is your school going now from home? Are you finding that easy to do, or are you missing school?
Yeah, I sort of miss seeing my friends and my teacher.
Yeah. I have a daughter who's 10 years old, and that's one of the things that she's really struggling with as well, and many other kids, is not being able to see their friends. Right?
Yeah.
That's hard. Are you able to connect with your friends in other ways? Are you seeing them online or doing video chats with them at all?
Yeah, I call them sometimes.
Great. How are they doing? Are they missing school as well?
Yeah.
Good. So you're probably aware that school is not going to be starting back up this year. Now you're still doing school, but you're doing it from home. What we call distance learning or remote learning, and a lot of it's happening through videos like this one and through the internet. We hope to be able to open schools next year, but we're gonna watch and see how this virus spreads. We don't know how long this virus is going to be with us, or how long we're going to need to keep some of these more strict measures in place that have caused us to, move to this distance learning that you're doing right now, and preventing you from seeing your friends. But we want to make sure that when we do get people back together, for example, in schools, that we can do it safely. And so I hope that comes. I hope that we're able to do that come the beginning of school next year. But we're gonna see. It's hard to predict how this new virus is going to spread over the next few months, but we're going to watch it very closely, because we want you to be able to safely get back together with your friends. But unfortunately, that time isn't quite right now.
Callum, since you finished up your homework, can you jump in and help your mom and dad do some of the housework today?
Yeah. I probably will just do that anyways.
Oh,
what a
that's
good
nice.
Kid. Your sister says you've been doing a lot of fishing on the lawn.
Oh, yeah. And I also go out to ponds very little bit, though.
Oh, have you caught anything in the grass or in the pond?
I caught one small fish, about maybe this big, Sunday, I think.
Excellent. Was that in the grass you caught that, or was that in the pond?
That was in the pond.
When you tell that story again, Callum, make the fish bigger.
So a lot of people are worried about their pets, and this next question comes from Lydia. She's 9. Lydia.
If someone with coronavirus pets my dog and then I pet my dog, can I get the coronavirus?
Good question, Lydia. And we're starting to get more and more questions about pets and how we can not only keep ourselves healthy, but also keep our pets healthy. There has not been any evidence or any reports of people getting coronavirus from their pets. There have been a few cases around the world where people have given coronavirus to their pets or to their animals, but there haven't been any reports, and I don't think there's any evidence that people have gotten coronavirus from their pets. So I think it's very unlikely.
All right, so right now I'm joined by one of my roommates here at my house. It's my 10-year-old son, Finn. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
You been worried a little bit about the coronavirus?
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Probably the worst thing for you is the boredom, though, right? You can't see your friends.
Yes.
Do you have a question for Dr. Chan?
Yes, I do. Once the virus is gone, is it gone for good?
Ben, that's a good question. Do you mean once it's gone and not spreading in our towns and in our communities, or do you mean when someone is infected, can they get it again? Can you clarify that for me, please?
I think he means once it's gone from the community, right? Mm-hmm. Is it just gone for good? Does it go away?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think that's something that we all want more information on. whether this virus sticks around and how long it sticks around for, we don't have a great answer right now. You know, there's certainly the ability and the possibility that this virus could become like influenza, where it can come back on a yearly basis. But that depends on a number of factors and a number of things, one of which is whether we can find a vaccine that can prevent, in fact, people from getting infected and sick, and that's something that scientists are working on. We also don't really know, once someone is infected with this new virus, how long they're protected for. Right. So oftentimes when someone's infected with the virus, they're protected against getting infected in the short term, but can potentially get infected again later on because someone's protection, decreases over time. And so whether that's going to happen with this new virus, I think remains to be seen. It's another thing that scientists are studying. So we're trying to bring this virus under control right now and prevent it from spreading in our communities. But there's certainly a risk for this virus coming back again in what we call a second wave of infection. And whether this virus sticks around, a year from now, 2 years from now, I think depends on a number of things, like whether we have a vaccine or not. So I think the best I can say is stay tuned. We're learning about this virus. You're learning about this virus, and we're trying to come up with the best steps we can to make sure people are protected.
All right, that's a good answer. And another way to stay healthy is to do lots of yard work, right?
True.
All right. Thank you.